Welcome, everyone. Before we begin our ceremony, I've been asked to announce that if any of you prefer to observe the commencement proceedings indoors, live streaming is available in Klein Theater, in Brewer Hall, Mara Auditorium, Masters Hall, and room 260 of the College Union building. Ushers are ready to help you find these locations. To provide maximum visibility and respect for all, we ask that you remain seated during the processional and silence your mobile devices. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Gettysburg College is proud to present the class of 2017. Please rise if you are able and remove your caps as Heather McConnell, a member of the class of 2017, leads us in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
I think that was as good as it gets, don't you? The 182nd commencement of Gettysburg College will be opened with the posting of the flag of the class of 17 by our valedictorian. Pastor Joseph Danella, chaplain of the college, will now give the invocation.
This morning, as I was letting the waters of the shower wash over me, a song came to my mind, a song that I often sing on Sunday mornings. And so as we invoke God, I'm going to share the words of this contemporary Danish hymn as a way of invoking the divine presence. You are holy. You are whole. You are more than we ever understand. You are always at hand. Blessed are you, coming near. Blessed are you coming here. And then particularly Christian words, blessed are you in bread and wine, raised from soil, rays divine. God ever faithful, God ever merciful, God of all people, hear us, we pray. We lift our hearts to you. We thank you for the life we share and the blessings you impart. We thank you for friends and family, teachers and caregivers, and those who by their work and dedication have enriched our lives. We thank you for wisdom, grace, and compassion, for health and healing and the beauty that surrounds us, for contemplation of truth and justice, stirring us from indifference and moving us to acts of kindness, amazing. We pray for public servants in this nation and every nation, that the work they do may be done in a spirit of wisdom, faithfulness, and justice as they strive to promote our common life and the common good. Today we celebrate this class of 2017, and we ask you to visit this moment with gladness and joy. Bless and continue to bless our sharing of life and learning, our community, and the work we do for your mercy's sake. In your generation and in your generosity and compassion, grant that the work we have begun will be brought to fulfillment. Until that day, give us insight to understand your ways, dreams by which we may move into the future, and laughter that we may be alert to astonishing moments of your grace and presence. Hasten that day when all families of the earth are blessed and all your people are as one. And for this and all the blessings we have held in our hearts and continue to hold on this day, we give you our thanks and praise, O Holy One, you who are always evermore, more than we can ever understand, you who visit us with nearness and your presence today, tomorrow, and forever. Amen. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to the 182nd Commencement exercises of Gettysburg College, and a very special welcome to the class of 2017 and to their families and friends. You're allowed to applaud. Today, families, faculty, staff, alumni, trustees, distinguished guests, and friends gather to celebrate you, class of 2017, and to reflect on the journey you've taken over the last few years. 4 years ago, most of you sat in these very same seats at Convocation, and some of you have reminded me of just how hot it was that day. During my Convocation address, I referred to the remarks made by the 2013 student commencement speaker, Anthony Palmer. I'm guessing many of you don't remember that, but I uncovered those remarks as I was preparing for today. On that day, I shared with you Anthony's recollections of his first visit to campus, during which he and his family were given a personalized tour of Servo by Director of Dining Services, Gary Brodigan. Anthony said, "Servo was closed, but that didn't stop Gary. He wouldn't let us leave without taking a tour of the kitchen. He showed us everything, how the dishes are washed, how the food is cooked, and how they plan a meal for the 1,000 or so students who come through their doors 3 times a day. He didn't let us leave without seeing the clean kitchen, without seeing the passion and care that go into every meal served at Gettysburg. That was what sealed the deal for me. In a process often characterized by numbers, SAT scores, and competition, one man with a big smile showed me that Gettysburg is about the human experience, about passion, people, and treating your work like art. Gettysburg is indeed about the human experience, about the people, the relationships you've made with one another and in the larger Gettysburg community, the mentoring you've received from faculty and staff, the groups you've formed, the friendships you've forged, some of which will last a lifetime. It's also about the mistakes we've all made in our interactions with one another as we try to understand and support one another better. Those mistakes are part of the human experience too, and they can make us better people if we're willing to learn from them. Anthony noted that Gettysburg is also about passion, the passion that I've seen so many of you demonstrate on a stage or a playing field or in a laboratory or during a research presentation, the excitement you've developed about chemistry or history or psychology or about climate change or social justice or politics. And as Anthony said, Gettysburg is also about treating your work like art, plunging in and taking initiative, summoning your creative juices, being brave enough to try something new, taking the time for reflection, and working towards ever better outcomes. While you have all approached your art in different ways, you have all been artists who have completed your own liberal arts masterpiece. All of you have engaged with a series of courses spanning multiple disciplines, courses that have challenged you to think critically and to address complex issues. You've gained skills and confidence in articulating your ideas, and you've opened yourselves to new ways of living and thinking, more than half of you through studying abroad. You've engaged in public service, competed on playing fields, participated in and led student organizations, performed on stage, presented your research here on campus and around the world, and helped our community to take steps towards becoming more inclusive. Members of the class of 2017, I'm proud of you. And I hope that you're proud of yourselves and your Gettysburg masterpiece. Earning a Gettysburg College degree is most certainly a cause for celebration. And yet in the midst of these joyous festivities, I know that some of you have mixed emotions. For many of you, there's a sense of excitement about what's ahead, a sense of anticipation of what comes next. For others, however, this day brings with it some real sadness. This weekend, you'll say goodbye to a place that's been your home for the last few years, to friends who've become family, and to faculty and staff who've guided and mentored you. As you consider that, perhaps now is the right moment to acknowledge those who supported you on this Gettysburg College journey. First, my faculty colleagues. At Gettysburg, we believe that the relationship between faculty member and student is at the heart of a liberal arts education. Your professors have had profound impact on your lives. They've taught you, they've read your papers and graded your exams, they've mentored and challenged you, and they have inspired you. Faculty colleagues, would you please stand if you're able? Graduates, please join me in expressing your appreciation for your faculty. Next, I'd like to acknowledge our staff at Gettysburg College who do so much on a daily basis to support an exceptional residential college experience. These individuals have helped you find the right materials for your research. They've pushed you to be your best on the field or court. They've engaged you in discussion about social justice and leadership. They've maintained a beautiful campus on which you've worked and played. And they've prepared meals that have made you feel at home. Could I ask members of the college administration and support staff to stand if able? Graduates, please join me in thanking them. Next, some representatives of our Board of Trustees are with us today up here on the platform. These are individuals who give generously of their time, talents, and resources to ensure that Gettysburg can continue to provide students with a world-class liberal arts education. Trustees, would you please stand if you're able? Graduates and families, please join me in thanking our trustees for their leadership. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to acknowledge the families of the class of 2017. Graduates, your families have cheered you on, supported you, and believed in you, even at moments when you might not have believed in yourselves. Would our graduates' families please stand if they're able? And graduates, please join me in expressing your appreciation. And since they cannot be here with us today, I would like to call out one more group of people. 5 of your classmates on our women's lacrosse team who are preparing for their 2:30 NCAA game here on our campus. I love to hear that spirit. I know we wish them all the best, and I hope that many of you will head out to Clark Field after this ceremony to cheer them on. So class of 2017, it's a big day, a day of celebration and reflection, of hope and inspiration. Take it all in, the pomp and circumstance, the speeches, the reading of your classmates' names, and remember that all of us are here today for you, class of 2017, and we are very happy and proud to share this day with you. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Provost Chris Zappi, who will present the Award for Distinguished Teaching.
We ask Shirley Ann Warshaw to come forward. As we gather to celebrate the achievements of today's graduates, it is fitting that we also honor the role of teacher. Each year at commencement, we present the Gettysburg Award for Distinguished Teaching to a faculty member who has had a career of inspired and inspiring teaching. This award is given by the faculty and represents the highest honor that the faculty can bestow upon a colleague. The award honors distinguished classroom teaching as well as the overall accomplishments of the faculty member at Gettysburg College. Today, we present the Gettysburg College Award for Distinguished Teaching to Shirley Ann Warshaw, Professor of Political Science and the current holder of the Harold G. Evans Chair in Eisenhower Leadership Studies. Shirley Ann Warshaw joined the Gettysburg College faculty in 1986. She was appointed to the Evans Chair in 2012. The letters of nomination written by Shirley Ann's colleagues highlight her commitment to working with students both inside and out of the classroom. This commitment is reinforced by comments made by alumni who remember fondly her strengths as an advisor, teacher, and mentor. Letters from alumni noted how Shirley Ann helped them understand the importance of critical thinking and historical perspective on current events. As part of her role as Evans Chair, Shirley Ann has worked with the Fielding Fellows and the Eisenhower Institute Fellows. Student participants in these programs speak highly of her mentorship as they have developed panel discussions on politics and policy open to the entire college community. Shirley Ann has been an active and engaged faculty mentor of student research through the Mellon and Gladfelter Fellowship programs. She has been an active member of the Fellowships and Scholarship Committee, which assists students applying for Fulbright, Marshall, Rhodes, and other prestigious awards. As an expert on the American presidency, Shirley Ann has taught first-year seminars and core courses in political science. She has maintained an impressive record of conference presentations and publication in scholarly venues. She has also served as a media consultant to BBC News, National Public Radio, and the public broadcasting system. Her analysis of presidential politics has been sought by many national newspapers and media organizations. Shirley Ann, Gettysburg College has benefited from your active engagement with students in the classroom and through mentorship for many years. We commend you for all that you do, and we are delighted today to honor you with the Gettysburg College Award for Distinguished Teaching. Congratulations.
It's now my pleasure to introduce our senior class speaker, Hayo Mahana. Haya is from the Gaza Strip in Palestine. She brought with her to Gettysburg an indomitable spirit, for which many of us have great admiration and respect. Haya has majored in mathematical economics with a minor in business. She has served as a peer learning associate in the economics department and has participated in the Eisenhower Institute's Women in Leadership program. In addition, Haya studied abroad in France and represented Gettysburg College during a visit to the European Union Parliament. Haya also contributed much to this community as a student assistant and housing coordinator in the Office of Residential and First-Year Programs and as a member of the First-Year Common Read Committee. She's also volunteered frequently with Campus Kitchen. Haya's efforts have earned her the Institute for American Universities Diversity Scholarship and the Etienne Gros Prize for Academic Excellence in Literature, as well as membership in the International Economics Honor Society, Omicron Delta Epsilon. Her next step will be to work as a business analyst, and in the future, she plans to attend graduate school to earn her master's in behavioral economics. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce the class of 2017 student speaker, Hayo Mahana.
You know, I always knew that I was short, but it wasn't until this morning when they told me I have to put a stool on the podium that I realized I'm really short. It is such an honor to represent the class of 2017. And before starting, I would like to give credit when it's due. Truly, I would not have made it without the generous contributions of both Gettysburg College and the Frederick Mennonite Church. So thank you. I would also like to give a shout out to my parents and my family who are watching this live stream from home. So if you give them just a clap for my parents. I know, God bless technology. And now, President Regs, distinguished guests, our amazing faculty members, staff members, proud parents and relatives, and of course, the class of 2017. For those who don't know me, my name is Haya, and I'm an international student from the Gaza Strip, Palestine. A liaison organization called the Hope Fund brought my application to Gettysburg College. See, when you're an international student, you hear about Harvard, Yale, MIT. So when Gettysburg accepted me, I said, sure, Gettysburg, yeah. I remember the college's shuttle picking me up from Reagan Airport. And on my way to the unknown, I started seeing buildings go shorter, taxes disappearing, farmlands appearing, and I said to myself, oh, this is not good. Hi, here's the plan. You finish your business administration degree and whatever they need as a liberal arts college, and you get out of that place. Well, here I am, 4 years later, letting you know that not only I discovered that Gettysburg College does not offer a business administration degree, but also nothing went according to plan, and I could not be more thankful. In fact, lots of things didn't go according to plan. Our first few weeks, we have all encountered at least one person who was a current student at that time and praised the moment they met their OL, their RA, their convocation speaker, the person next to them on the first-year walk, because he or she made it Gettysburg great for them. For me, it was different because, honestly, between the hectic days of orientation and my brain trying to be Google Translator on point, I did not remember any of these people. But I do remember how people felt a sense of belonging. They felt pride to carry the orange and blue and to be part of this community. The answer to how you like it here was always, oh, I love it. My first year went by, and I realized I didn't. I didn't feel the same way. I didn't love it, nor did I belong. I desperately wanted this place to be my home away from home. I stayed my first summer here on campus, working in the residential and first-year programs office. Yeah, ask me how many times I had to say that over the phone. And that summer, a war happened between Israel and Gaza. For 50 days, I had minimum communications to know whether my parents were alive. At one point, actually, I lost all sort of communications. And I would go into work, and the first thing I would do is to check the death reports. My family at Res Life saw me at my worst. They offered support. They were there every minute of it. I kept asking myself, is this place worth it? If I wake up tomorrow and I lose everything I know, is this place worth it? I can't tell you why, but my gut said yes. Things got harder and harder at home, and it was clear that my goodbye at my first year was going to be my goodbye for a while. It was then when I made the decision to get busy, embrace my moments here, if not for me, then for them. I stand here today having seen my family or gone home since I left my first year, telling you this place is my home. In these past years, I met friends, staff, professors, families off campus, and host parents who opened their homes or were the hand I needed when I fell down. My experience might be different, but it's for sure no better or worse. We are all different. Some of us belong since day one. Some of us belong since day 1,000. And some of us still don't feel like they belong. But guess what? We all have something in common. We are sitting here today wearing a cap and a gown and carrying the orange and blue. A lot happened in 4 years. We have created organizations that didn't exist on this campus. As our country and the world is changing, we stood up to things that are not okay. We have all pushed our comfort limits. We have embraced our failures, said yes to things we didn't know about, sat in professors' office hours to discuss ideas and ask their help to be part of something bigger than who we are. Somehow, made bragging about the back to all back-nighters admirable. We thanked Linda, the omelet lady, for making our brunches a little bit painful. Met different people with different mindsets, beliefs, backgrounds, identities that challenged you. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what do I stand for? The list can go on, but yes, that's you and much beyond. I know your attention span has long passed, but let me bring it back to you. by asking you to do two things. Class of 2017, take a moment, give yourself a pat on the back, because you made it and you deserve it. Next, please I ask you to rise. I know it's a pain, but bear with me. Look around you. Spot your friends, your professors, your parents, the servo staff, the administrative staff, facilities, and give them a round of applause, because they deserve it too. Thank you, you may see. One day in my methods class, taught by the amazing professor, Jamie O'Brien. I know I saw you. Yeah, Jamie. He showed us a video of a guy who got mind blown for seeing a double rainbow. The video was about 4 minutes long of screams of astonishment while we sat there in pure confusion. Sorry. He ended the video and said, "So what? A double rainbow? So what?" That's the question I want you to ask yourself, picking your research topic. Now, I'm going to spare you from watching the video, although feel free to do so on your free time. It's quite something. But I'm going to ask you, so what? You graduated from Gettysburg College, so what? Take your Gettysburg roots and don't aim for the sky, but rather make it your start. We are powered with weapons of knowledge, diversity, and global citizenship. We are critical thinkers. Challenge yourself to make an impact. And just remember how that one hand was your savior here. Be that one hand someday to someone else. Now, ask yourself, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? To celebrate with all the languages I know, I would like to say in my mother language, Arabic, Mubarak, in French, Félicitations, and finally in a language that unites us, class of 2017, congratulations. One more thing. I have to introduce the next speaker. I would like now to ask Olivia Brausel and Anthony Wagner, co-chairs of Senior Class Gift Committee, to come to the podium, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Braswell. Sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Braswell, member of the class of 2017 and co-chair of the Senior Class Gift Campaign. It is my pleasure to announce the end of a very successful campaign today. Through the hard work of the Senior Class Gift Committee and an amazing show of support from our fellow classmates, we are happy to announce that 72% of our class has shown their support for Gettysburg College through the Senior Class Gift Campaign. 395 graduating seniors have made a contribution to the campaign, raising a total of $10,448.25 for the Gettysburg Fund and the Orange and Blue Club. All of our gifts also count as a part of the current Gettysburg Great campaign. Our contributions will go to support scholarships, academic departments, athletic teams, and various other programs on campus.
My name is Anthony Wagner, and I am also co-chair. On behalf of the Senior Class Gift Campaign, Olivia and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have donated to our college to help in our efforts to raise awareness of the Gettysburg Fund, the Orange and Blue Club, and the overall importance of philanthropic support of our college. Congratulations on your graduation today, and thank you for your continued love and support for our home away from home, Gettysburg College.
So on behalf of Gettysburg College, I certainly want to extend our thanks to Olivia and Anthony, the gift committee, and to the entire class. This is a wonderful accomplishment. And with this gift, you are continuing a tradition of service to Gettysburg College, begun by classes before you, and for future classes to emulate. So thank you. Thank you so very much for that. It's important for us to recognize and celebrate the generosity of students, alumni, parents, and many other friends who've given outstanding support and service to the college over the years. The Laverne H. Brenneman Award for Exemplary Volunteer Service was established in 1992 to honor a man who served this institution during his student days and throughout his life. Laverne's memory and exemplary legacy continue to live on as we recognize the service of an extraordinary individual today. And now I'd like to introduce Jim Schemmel, Chair of the Gettysburg College Board of Trustees, who will present the Laverne H. Brenneman Award.
Thank you, President Riggs. And good morning, everyone. We only have 3 minutes left in the morning, so I'll probably be the last one to say good morning today. Periodically, the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College has the opportunity to honor and thank one of our own. Will David M. Levan please come to the podium? The Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College salutes David M. Levan, class of 1968, with a Laverne H. Brenneman, class of 1936, award for exemplary volunteer service to Gettysburg College. Devoted, loyal, and steadfast volunteer David M. Levan has fully dedicated himself in service to Gettysburg College. His unflagging commitment to a breadth of leadership volunteer activities include dedication as a member of the Board of Trustees for 12 years, from 1994 through 2006, including the position of chair from 1998 through 2003, and his subsequent election as a trustee emeritus following his term of service in 2006. His commitment to the comprehensive campaigns of Gettysburg College, during which he served in leadership roles, helping to positively transform the college for future generations. His inspiring philanthropic and advisory support for the Majestic Theater, including his current service on the Majestic Centennial Endowment Committee, and his lasting impact as chair of the Majestic Theater Renovation Project. His assistance and influence on college volunteer boards and task forces, most notably the Commission on the Future's Task Force on Economics and Management, the Board of Fellows, and the Alumni Executive Board. His leadership on the College and Community Affairs Council, which strengthened the bonds between campus and the greater Gettysburg area. His selfless dedication to the college is a bright beacon to future generations of Gettysburgians. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to present David Levan with the Laverne H. Brenneman Award for exemplary volunteer service to Gettysburg College. Madam President, it is now my pleasure to present 3 candidates for honorary degrees. These individuals have demonstrated a commitment to excellence and to the values and ideals inherent in the liberal arts tradition through their work and through their lives. Reverend Michael L. Cooper White, please come forward. Madam President, I have the honor to present Reverend Michael L. Cooper White for the degree of Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa.
Reverend Michael Cooper White, before you became the 12th president of the Lutheran Theological Seminary in Gettysburg, you had already attained a distinguished career of service to the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. You were executive assistant to the presiding bishop, simultaneously serving as the director of the ELCA's Department for Synodical Relations. In the latter capacity, you were the chief staff person for the Conference of Bishops and responsible for oversight of the ELCA's organizational relationship with the church's 65 synods. Fluent in Spanish, you had also served as a pastoral intern in Chile and as an inner-city parish pastor in Los Angeles, also directing an urban coalition and ecumenical council in the San Francisco Bay Area. By the time you left California, you had consulted in the development of bilingual and multicultural ministries and taught urban ministry and Lutheran polity at Pacific Lutheran Theological Seminary. In addition to providing administrative oversight for the seminary as its president since 2000, you have also taught church administration and leadership, chaired the faculty, worked closely with the board of directors in institutional planning and oversight, and functioned as executive director of the Eastern Cluster of Lutheran Seminaries. Your commitment to the surrounding Gettysburg community is evidenced by your participation on the boards of the Gettysburg Area Recreational Authority, the National Trust for Historic Gettysburg, and the Battle of Gettysburg 150th Steering Committee. Born and raised in Minnesota, you graduated summa cum laude from Concordia College and received the Master of Divinity degree from Gettysburg Seminary. What some may not know about you, however, President Cooper White, is that prior to enrolling in seminary, you studied law at Georgetown University, worked in a congressional office, and were a secondary school substitute teacher. All of these accomplishments, and you are a commercially rated pilot and flight instructor as well. As a scholar, you are the well-respected author of such books as On a Wing and a Prayer, Faithful Leadership in the 21st Century, The Comeback God, a theological primer for a life of faith, and your most recent publication, Practices of Ministry, which you co-authored with your wife and pastoral theologian, the Reverend Dr. Pamela Cooper White. Michael Cooper White, in recognition of your long-standing dedication to service, whether it be in the area of Lutheran theology, religious education, or to the community, we are proud to present you with the highest honor we can bestow.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby gladly confer upon you, Reverend Michael L. Cooper White, the honorary degree Doctor of Divinity, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Dr. Monsef Slawi, please come forward. Madam President, I have the honor to present Dr. Monsef Slawi for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Dr. Monsef Slawi, you have been quoted as saying, "Don't spend your life analyzing the problem. Spend your energy thinking of solutions. When you think about solutions, it gives you the energy to try." You have obviously lived your life according to this philosophy, and as a result, have engineered the development of several vaccines that prevent infantile gastroenteritis, pneumococcal disease, and cervical cancer. As chairman of vaccines at GlaxoSmithKline, you have been responsible for their global vaccines business through its integration of the Novartis vaccine acquisition in 2015. Prior to your current role, you served as chairman of GSK's research and development for 8 years, where you also had responsibility for franchise commercial organization focused on new product launches and lifecycle management. Continuing to oversee GSK's venture capital arm, SR1, and other venture capital partnerships, you are a member of the corporate executive team and board of directors. As if these responsibilities were not enough, you also serve as the chairman of the board of directors of Galvani Bioelectronics, the company launched in November 2016 that GSK jointly owns with Verily Life Sciences. Although your business acumen is exceptional, your background as a scholar is equally impressive. Having earned a PhD in molecular biology and immunology from the Université Libre de Bruxelles in Belgium, you have followed this with postdoctoral studies at both Harvard Medical School and Tufts University School of Medicine. You then became a professor of immunology at the University of Mons in Belgium, authoring more than 100 scientific papers and presentations. Your scientific expertise is well known, and your advice sought by the U.S. President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, so it is no surprise that you are a member of the Qatar Biomedical Research Institute Scientific Advisory Committee and serve as a non-executive director for the International AIDS Vaccine Initiative. Lastly, you personify what it means to be a contributing global citizen, a goal we want every Gettysburg student to achieve, in that you hold citizenships in Morocco, Belgium, and the United States, and you are fluent in Arabic, French, and English. Monsef Slaoui, for your unwavering commitment to crossing new scientific frontiers in the development of vaccines that can treat not only existing diseases, but potential pandemic threats. We are so very proud to present with you the highest honor we can bestow.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby gladly confer upon you, Dr. Monsef Slaoui, the honorary degree Doctor of Science, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Dr. Janetta B. Cole, please come forward. Madam President, I have the honor to present Dr. Janetta B. Cole for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Dr. Janetta Besh Cole, you have not only studied and taught history through your chosen discipline of anthropology, but you have also made history. Born in Jacksonville, Florida in the segregated South of the 1940s, you were admitted to Fisk University at the age of 15, completing your undergraduate degree at Oberlin College. You earned your master's degree and PhD in anthropology from Northwestern University before embarking upon a career in teaching and research in the areas of cultural anthropology, African American studies, and women's studies, with a specific focus on race, gender, and class in the Pan-African world. After more than a decade of college teaching, you crossed over into the administration, becoming provost of undergraduate education at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, where you played a pivotal role in the development of the school's African American Studies program. In 1983, you wanted to embrace a new challenge, and so you moved to Hunter College to direct their Latin American and Caribbean Studies program. 4 years later, in 1987, you were installed as the 7th president of Spelman College, the first African-American woman to serve in that position. Under your leadership, Spelman became the first historically black college or university to receive a #1 rating from U.S. News and World Report when the college was named the #1 liberal arts college in the South. That same year, you were named to President-elect Bill Clinton's transition team as cluster coordinator for education, labor, and the arts and humanities. Retiring as President Emerita in 1987, you returned to your first love, teaching. As the Presidential Distinguished Professor of Anthropology, Women's Studies, and African American Studies at Emory University. Another college presidency was in your future. However, as you became the president of Bennett College for Women in Greensboro, North Carolina, where you chaired the Johnetta B. Cole Global Diversity and Inclusion Institute. You are the only person to have served as president of 2 historically black colleges for women in the United States. Leaving higher education in 2009, you were appointed director of the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of African Art and served in that capacity until your retirement this past March. During your tenure as director, you also sat on the Scholarly Advisory Board for the Smithsonian's newly constructed National Museum of African American History and Culture, which opened its doors on the National Mall in September 2016 with a ceremony officiated by then President Barack Obama. In addition to your exemplary career in higher education and with the Smithsonian, you have also served as an active participant in numerous community, civic, and business organizations, including the Carter Center, the Trans-Africa Forum, and Coca-Cola, where you are the first woman ever to be elected to their board of trustees. To add another first to your impressive resume, you also became the first African American to serve as chair of the board of the United Way of America. It's no surprise, Dr. Cole, that your accomplishments have led to a truly impressive list of awards, such as the Trans-Africa Forum Global Public Service Award, the Radcliffe Medal, the Eleanor Roosevelt Valkill Medal, the Alexis de Tocqueville Award for Community Service from the United Way of America, the Straight for Equality Award from parents, families, and friends of gay and lesbians, the Alston Jones International Civil and Human Rights Award, and Black Entertainment Television's Honors Award, given in recognition of your achievements as a lifelong educator. Dr. Johnetta Cole, as you've said, the ultimate expression of generosity is not in giving what you have, but in giving of who you are. In recognition of your willingness to give of who you are in the arenas of higher education, human rights, nonprofit organizations, and community service, we are so very proud to present you with the highest honor that we can bestow.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby gladly confer upon you, Dr. Johnetta B. Cole, the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters, with all of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Now that she has received Gettysburg College's highest honor, I am so pleased and proud to introduce Dr. Johnetta Cole to address the class of 2017.
Sister President Janet Morgan Riggs, members of the Board of Trustees, colleagues of the faculty and staff, students, alumni, friends and supporters of this outstanding liberal arts college, good afternoon. And a very special good afternoon to the women and men of the hour, the spectacular class of 2017. And to your parents, your family, and your friends. I do want to recognize my husband, James Staton. I want to acknowledge my dear friends, Barbara and Jim Tusling. Barbara and I worked closely together at the Smithsonian. I also wish to acknowledge two other friends, Joan and Peter Dixon. Peter is the chairman of the Abraham Lincoln Birthday National Commemorative Committee. It's a great honor. It's certainly a joy for me to be with you in this historic place, a place called Gettysburg, the place where President Abraham Lincoln delivered a speech that was 10 sentences long. It contained 200 words that were delivered in 2 minutes. And yet, it was a speech that lifted up the bold and bodacious idea that all men are created equal. Of course, today we proclaim that all men and all women are created equal. Dear graduates, we're really here to celebrate you because you stayed the course. You've managed to make do when don't wanted to prevail. It's also a time to acknowledge, as we have done up to this point, your parents. Yes, your family. Those who have supported you at times, they have been your human ATM. Now, at your commencement, what is my message to you, the mighty class of 2017? My message to you comes in the form of my response to a question. The question, will you be the leader our world needs? The answer comes in the form of 6 characteristics that I think you must have to be the leaders of our communities, our nations, and our world. First, you know, it's clearly a plus that you already have something you need, a fine liberal arts education. You have the kind of education that Gettysburg College has so proudly helped you to gain. And now, as you continue to learn, you can do so in a formal way, or you can simply do so by being attuned to all that is around you. By whatever means you continue to learn, I want to warn you, it will be costly in terms of money at times, and always in terms of your time. But as an old saying puts it, if you think education is expensive, you ought to try ignorance. Secondly, if you are to be the kind of leader our world needs you to be, you've got to have a passion to serve. Leadership is not about self-aggrandizement. It's about doing what is in the best interest of others. Indeed, everyone should be of service. as the old folks who grew me up would put it, doing for others is just the rent you've got to pay for your room on earth. What distinguishes a leader is that he or she pays more rent than other folks have to pay. Cesar Chavez, the legendary leader of Chicano farm workers, once said this: "The end of all knowledge should be service to others." Thirdly, our world needs you to be the kind of leader who sets high expectations for himself or herself, and then works hard to meet those expectations. Now, on this question of setting high expectations, I want to tell you words of one of my sheroes, Zora Neale Hurston. Remember now, for every hero in the world, there's at least one shero. Indeed, as a Native American saying puts it, we women hold up half of the sky. Zora Neale Hurston was a writer during the Harlem Renaissance. She was also an anthropologist. She said that her mother urged her and her siblings to jump for the sun. And her mom said, "You may not get there, but at least you will get off of the ground." The fourth characteristic of a leader we need you to possess is this: to be collaborative in your work. Of course, competition has its place in certain endeavors. And certainly this afternoon, we want some good competition because we've got a team that we're supporting. But even in sports, when one team is competing against another, it is the team that works well together that wins. There's an African proverb that captures the importance of a leader working collaboratively. The proverb is this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. While collaborating is always the best way to get something done, the harder the task, the more one needs to work with others. Here's another African proverb. This one captures that point. When spider webs unite, they can even tie up a lion. Now, you will not be surprised by what I will identify as the fifth characteristic that a leader of your generation should possess. As the former director of the Smithsonian's National Museum of African Art, I must call upon you to make the arts an important part of your lives and to make the arts accessible to everyone. Yes, our nation and our world need the advantages that can result from what is called the STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But we need to put an A in STEM, and that spells STEAM: science, technology, art, and mathematics. Music, dance, theater, the visual arts have the power to not only help us to understand ourselves, but to understand others. I also challenge you, future leaders, to work to bring greater diversity, equity, accessibility, and inclusion into the world of arts. for the arts should belong to everyone. The sixth and final, in my view, is the most important attribute you need to possess if you are to be the kind of leader our world needs you to be. You must stand up and speak out for what is right and what is just. Dear graduates, how well you know that there's so much in our world that is not right and not just. Indeed, in our country and around the world, there's a resurgence in open displays of bigotry and discrimination. There are countless expressions of racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, classism, ableism, and ageism. We're living in a time when the kind of open expressions of homophobia that we thought had been put to rest have resurfaced. And think about how widespread Islamophobia has become as it fuels words and actions against immigrants. So what kind of leader does our world need to respond to these expressions of inequality and injustice? Our world needs leaders who will do what the great African-American lesbian writer Audre Lorde called for, and that is break the silence about our differences. Today, more than ever, our world needs leaders who will stand up and speak out about the beauty and the power of diversity. As a Chinese saying puts it, one flower never makes a spring. And listen to the words of Helen Keller, a social activist who was both blind and deaf. She said, "The highest result of education is tolerance." Of course, we need leaders who move beyond tolerance to respecting and celebrating human diversity. Each of us must do what we can to make our world better, to make our world more peaceful, to make our world more just. Now, there is an African proverb that explains why everyone can help in this struggle. Some people will say, "But I'm too small," or "I'm not important enough." The saying is this: if you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping in a closed room with a mosquito. So, dear graduates, I ask you to go on and be the leaders our world needs you to be. And finally, I ask this of you. If you are able to do so, would you stand? Would you put your programs in your chairs? Would you take this right hand of yours and cross your body and put it somewhere between the shoulder and the elbow? I ask you now to take your left hand, bring it across your body, and make the hands rather symmetrical. Get a good, comfortable stance. You ready? Hug yourselves. And if you want to rock a little bit, rock a little bit. Say from the depths of your hearts, "You've done it. Congratulations. Now be the leaders we need you to be.
Now that's a commencement speech. Thank you, Dr. Cole. And now it's time for us to proceed with the awarding of the bachelor's degrees.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise? President Riggs, these students have completed all requirements leading to the degree Bachelor of Arts. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I ask you to confer upon them this degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts. I admit you to the rights and privileges which pertain to the bachelor's degree, and I charge you to use responsibly the learning and insight that you have acquired. Congratulations.
At this point, the Bachelor of Arts recipients may be seated. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree, please rise. President Riggs, these students have completed all requirements leading to the degree Bachelor of Science. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I ask you to confer upon them this degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science. I admit you to the rights and privileges pertaining to the bachelor's degree, and I charge you to use responsibly the learning and insight that you have acquired. Congratulations.
The Bachelor of Science degree recipients will be seated. Now, will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music degree please rise? President Riggs, these students have completed all requirements leading to the degree Bachelor of Music. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I ask you to confer upon them this degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Music. I admit you to the rights and privileges which pertain to the bachelor's degree, and I charge you to use responsibly the learning and insight that you have acquired. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music Education please rise? President Riggs, these students have completed all requirements leading to the degree Bachelor of Music Education. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I ask you to confer upon them this degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gettysburg College and the laws of this Commonwealth, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Music Education. I admit you to the rights and privileges which pertain to the bachelor's degree, and I charge you to use responsibly the learning and insight that you have acquired. Congratulations.
You may be seated. The graduates will come forward at the direction of the student marshals. Please hold your applause until the end of the diploma presentation.
For the degree Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, Brooke Margaret Guchik, President of the senior class. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Nicole Basil Bapotis, Vice President of the senior class. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, Amelia Isla Johnson Smith, Treasurer of the senior class. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, Taylor Nicole Beck, Secretary of the senior class. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, Cale Albert Octekirk Berger. Christopher Patrick Agresti. Anna Corinne Alberin Ayala. Helen Page Alev. Rosemary Almonte Valoy. Robert Gilad Alper. Blake James Altenberg. Anthony Michael Amaru. Nicholas Anderson. Tess McKay Anderson. William Albert Anderson. Emery Wade Andrew. John Paul Aponte. Andrew John Aquilino. Connor John Arturi. Amanda Kate Asaro. Lori Atenizan. Carlin Delilah Baker. Shelby Marie Ball. Reed Birchfield Barbie. Rebecca Jane Barth. Brandon Allen Batman. Rachel Elizabeth Byler. Michael John Berdusco. Kevin Thomas Balicki. James Alexander Blumenthal. Corin Nolan Bonadio. Sydney Elizabeth Boswell. Olivia Jane Braswell. Veronica Ann Bridges. Elizabeth Broski. Anna Kane Bucci. Meredith Joan Buck. Noah Morgan Buffum. Robert Louis Birch II. Andrew Scott Bird. Kelly Ann Burke. Anna Bernard Burkhard. Chelsea Schuyler Byrne. Molly Ann Cacase. Charles Matthew Cade. Caroline Teresa Campbell. John Edward Campbell. Matthew August Capobianco. Elijah Joseph Carrick. Zoe Cress Cassidy. Mary Louise Ciccio. Ying Chen. Canon Simone Chrisman. Riley Catherine Clark. Carly Coble. Candace Lee Capuzzi. Allison Patricia Cole. Peter Gregory Como. Brooke Lynn Connors. Kyle Michael Considine. Michaelin Ruth Cornish. Tyra Jeanette Crosby. Lucas Hall Crowley. Gregory William DeChill. Kristen Marie D'Agostino. Hannah Marie Dahlman. Maxwell Gerard D'Ambrosio. John Gabriel Danchik. Rachel Lee Davenport. Dylan Ayers Davis. Corin Harriet Day. Jennifer Laurie Del Grande. Kyle Jordan DePontis. Kevin Greg DeRosa. Wyatt Bruch Durr. Kirsten Noel DeVoe. Nina Palmer Diamond. Catherine Rial Dillingham. Vincent Thomas Dowdle. Mark Paul Dovich. Shannon Elizabeth Doyle. Sia Dwan. Sarah Ledger Dumont. Alexander Watson Ebright. Michael Robert Eccles. Michael Robert Eddy. Kelsey Nicole Fisher. Hannah Mary Fitzgerald. John Rattery Flanelli. Cole Daniel Flashenberg. Alexandra Flood. William Henry Floyd. Andrew Richard Frayne. Andrew Taylor Frizzoli. Sean Christopher Fume. Jamie Rebecca Gaines. Madeline Lorraine Geyser. Rachel Elizabeth Gankowitz. Ethan Joshua Garsman. Aubrey Elizabeth Gideon. Shane Renee Genthy. Nicolette Lee Gibbons. Delaney Allen Glaze. Maggie Gong. Yanette Gonzalez. Ryan Keith Goodall. Sarah Ashley Graham. Kevin Patrick Grant. Ian J. Grape. Caroline Parker Griffiths. William Ross Griswold. Sydney Louise Gush. John Alexander Gutowski. Miles Newbold Payson Hamilton. Catherine Marie Hardman. Irene Harris. Lynn Brew Hatcher. Wyatt Hathaway. Brendan Kent Hathaway. Davis Allen Healy. Elizabeth Lynn Heaney. Elliot Randolph Henson. Kyle Spencer Hewitt. Madeline Kimber Hobbs. Sarah Elizabeth Hoffman. Ronald Philip Holland. Alexandria Vernice Hopkins. Asia Leanne Hopper. Matthew Charles Horvath. Shamit Hossein. Cheery Hong. Sarah Elizabeth Hughes. Gabriel Legault Imber. Anastasia Rose Jameson. Crisbel Jimenez Sosa. Chelsea Paige Johnson. Elizabeth Hall Wan. David Wilson Julian. Laura Michelle Kapner. Stephanie Maria Corrales. Cody Joseph Catter. Lindsay M. Katzenmoyer. John Bernard Kelly. Robert Starbuck Kelsey. Caitlin Moira Kennedy. Ryan Connor Kennelly. Daniel Avery Kent. Cody Jeremiah Kiefer. Lauren Rose Korinzik. Jade Destiny Kling. Morgan Diane Knowles. William Edward Coln. Noah Henry Kester. Christopher Scott Cohn. Colleen Michaela Kolb. Alexander Leonard Kokowitz. Laura Ellen Kowalik. Eugenia Lavanot. Henry Spencer Lavieri. Emily Carolyn Law. Thomas John Lazo. Meredith Mary Lynn Lindblom. Courtney Elizabeth Long. Ashley Ann Lookenhouse. Oliver Turner Lowe. Matthew Theodore Lowry. Jonathan Joseph Lucido. Catherine Bennett Lusher. Ke Ma. Alexandra Maciejewski. Caroline Elizabeth McCumber. Levi West Maddenberg. Matthew David Marr. Tyler Robert Manchuk. Augustus Josiah Bartlett Masuji. Philip William Matranga. Thomas James McBride. Margaret Scout McCabe. Thomas Alexander McCoon. Brianna Nicole McEwen. Isabel Peters McGrail. Nicole Caroline McNeese. Ashley Tamara Danielle McNeil. Devin Thomas McVeigh. Sean Joseph Melvin. Victoria Christina Meskers. Nathan Alex Michelson. Charlotte Elizabeth Milford. Christopher Ryan Miller. Tyler George Miller. Jennifer Lynn Miller. Jillian Catherine Minnerly. Samantha Catherine Miserl. Oluwatobi Maloku. Kiana Patrice Moody. Brian William Moran. Ivan Jameson Morris. Samantha Ann Morrison. Matthew George Morrow. Raishi Bavesh Muchala. James Donald Murphy. Justin Thomas Myers. Meredith Marie Natch. Coleman George Nelson. Conrad Peter Neptune. Samantha Joanne Nestor. An Wong Nguyen. Ford Addison Nolan. Casey Solanas O'Higgins. Kevin Sean Olson. Farouk Obatayosi Oni. Marisa Francis Honorado. Caroline Mary Pace. Christopher Anthony Palladino. Philip Payne. Meredith Ellen Papera. Angela Marie Parr. Emily Jane Patterson. Vanessa Catherine Pierce. Jacqueline Elizabeth Parati. Yasmin Aaliyah Janae Perry. Nicole Hassett Petrocki. Gwen Dorothy Porter. Richard Wilmarth Power. David Rampersad Jr. Malaju Alfred Reeves. Tiara Loren Riggins. William McCabe Ryder. Joseph Alexander Roman. Catherine Elizabeth Rowland. Christopher Michael Rubino. Victoria Marie Sankey. Eric Ryan Schachter. Christopher James Schleer. Keenan Oliver Schlegel. Kyla Schoen Schneider. Julie Weaver Schult. Colin Alden Scotch. Emily Ann Scullen. Andrew John Senesak. Ben Samuel Sherbako. Keenan William Siciliano. Aubrey Lynn Silverman. Derek Robert Singer. Abby Christine Slobodin. Ryan Benjamin Slater. Elizabeth Ann Smith. Henry Will Smith. Marnie Lynn Smith. Walter John Smolowski. Christopher James Sneesick. William Capwell Snyder. Jamie Claire Summerholder. Daniel Robert Specka. Kevin John Spreitzer. Jordan Philip Steelman. Laura Barrett Stonerook. Camden Smith Stoops. Chase Joseph Stopra. Paige Elizabeth Suskin. Taylor Kate Swanson. Patrick Ryan Sweeney. Caroline Coleman Such. Jackson Samuel Such. Blake Allen Thatcher. Hannah Tyre. Amanda Lee Tebow. Daniel Stephen Thompson. Morgan Steele Adler Tickle. Taylor Lee Timms. Catherine Young Towers. Charlotte Rose Treble. Madison Emma Tolp. Emily Olivia Turner. Joseph Jude Vegso. William Starr Veslige. Melissa Catherine Veshy. Taylor Ann Vessa. Yang Wan. Annabelle Marie Waplinger. Hannah Price Warfield. Alyssa Merrill Wecker. John Tyler Weldon. Jeffrey Montrese White, Jr. Derek James Winston. Amanda Christine Wyville. Kendall Thomas Wolf. Samuel Robert Woodcock. Samantha Grace Wright. Dewey Shua. Gina Yang. Yenbing Young. Mark Allen Urick. Casey Marie Zachney. Ethan Barnett Zexter. Angelina Catherine Zulik. Colin Frederick Zwally.
For the degree Bachelor of Science, Kelly Elizabeth Ashnold. Tyler Crane Billings. Ellis Jeremy Bloom. Samantha Lynn Boyle. Megan Joan Brady. Kayla Elise Brett. Anna Maria Capobianchi. Brandon Morgan Karkoff. Betty Chung. Peter Michael Christ. Katrina Melanie Cordson David. Alexander Joseph Katam. William Zubakowski. Shelby Marie Downs. Michaela Marie Duke. John Dean Duncan. Charles Anthony Formica. Alexandra Elizabeth Fraley. Patrick James Fritzke. David Boyd Fulkerson. Benjamin Paul Gantz. Avery Joseph German. Nathan Lee Groskoff. Joseph David Herrick. Elizabeth Mary Hill. Amy Melissa Kaiser-Jones. Kyle Thomas Kameka. Garrett Patrick Kelly. Tanner Richard Kirkpatrick. Madison LaCroce. Feng Cheng Li. Jiren Liu. Li Ma. Ryan Patrick McGarren. Anastasia Karen Mogalewski. Michael Anthony Moore. Ryan Francis Moran. Charlotte Hope Moreno. Erin Elizabeth Morin. Caroline Loring Moyer. Ian Taylor Newsom. Alexander Jacob O'Toole. Michael Allen Panella. Maurice Wheezy Perry. Natalie Robinson Pittman. Caitlin Michelle Rash. Tiffany Axel Ravamanatoso. Erica Catherine Santana. Alexandra Marie Shart. Sean Patrick Scott. Samantha Andrea Siamko. Elliot Maxwell Snyder. Erin Margaret Stakowitz. Jennifer Cecilia Swazini. Andrew Licio Seidenstricker. Samuel Southworth Thompson. Amy Ballantyne True. Samantha Elizabeth Truman. Matthew Sean Beaton. Quang Min Vu. Samuel Lewis Wilensky. Rachel Agatha Wilkins. Nathan Thomas Wojcik. Yufine Neo Young. Zoja Young. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, Jamie Ardella Abel. Mariam Agayan. Claire Elizabeth Baylitz. Tricia Lee Baker. Shay Edward Belinsky. Austin William Burbaum. Mary Catherine Bovard. Kelsey Ann Brewer. Elizabeth Aaron Butler. Molly Ann Chasen. Meredith Ann Cox. Samantha Nicole Cross. Nicholas Anthony Della Vecchia. Luke Anthony DiLuigi. Victoria Brittany Duffy Fritz. Catherine Emily Gallo. Christy Lynn Garcia. Hannah Elizabeth Glick. Alexandra Morgan Gollabach. Caitlin McClure Goodlett. Laura Catherine Gradiska. Catherine Lewis Gregg. Claire Heath. Elizabeth Hamilton Johnson. Katarina Nicole Crone. Kayla Renee Kuzniers. Shannon Teresa Lonchar. Caitlin Marie McCruden. Dennis Joseph Mshamba. Valerie Chong Nig. Ember Chase Parker. Maxine Peskins. Edward Andrew Phillips. Michael Nicholas Phillips. Janvi Chetan Ramaya. Julia Nicole Ramsey. Samantha Vianne Reed. Chandler William Robertson. Savannah Glassnap Rose. Catherine Jane Sanger. Margaret Lily Scalzo. Frank M. Scavelli. Cassandra Scheiber. Naima Scott. Catherine Southall. David Robert Trombetta. Isabel Livingston Wilson. Derek Ian Wisner. Onyan Zhao. Fengwei Zhao. For the degree Bachelor of Science cum laude, Collins James Burgee. Aaron Joseph Bizio. Stephen Matthew Brown. Laura Elizabeth Brumbaugh. Alexander Paul Delanco. Selena Marie Harris. Jeffrey Allen Cohart. Catherine Margaret Kraft. Kevin Thomas Lerner. Andrew Michael Maimon. Kevin Allen Maldonado. Paul Joseph McDonald. Connor Francis McLaughlin. Teresa Nicole Mena. Savannah Grace Miller. Haya Mustafa Mohana. Dylan Carlos Masquera. Chandler Dean Patton. Rachel Marie Pruitt. Ashley Nicole Sauer. Ian Michael Sherwood. Laura Ann Valenti. Wenjia Zhang. For the degree Bachelor of Music cum laude, Mary Catherine Clark. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, Catherine Michelle Aloisi. Catherine Elizabeth Benton. Laura Elizabeth Bergen. Tyler Ryan Black. Victoria Audrey Blaisdell. Madeline Mabel Brown. Alexandra Elizabeth Casella. Beauregard Charles. Hannah Marie Christensen. Anthony Dominic Citarella. Jerome Dexter Anthony Clark. Aaron Page Corsi. Daniel Patrick Cummings. Abigail Marie Courier. Margaret Grace CPL. Lauren Jean Doherty. Julia Elizabeth Davin. Caroline Gay DeAngelis. Megan Elizabeth Decker. Mary Lee Raymond DeWitt. Aiden James Eglin. William Hayes Essex. Miranda Jade Fennell. William Wendell Frank. Drew Alexander Horton. Deirdre Eileen John. Kyle David Keblish. Jordan Mark Kelso. Sarah Samantha Kramer. Amanda Kathleen Crable. Nathan Alex Kumar. Katrina Mai Canapis. Matthew David LaRoche. Claire Eileen Martin. Kelsey Coogan Meisch. Alice Day Norcross. Rachel Ellen Odell. Piper Danielle O'Keefe. Kelly Marie Palmer. Angela Grace Pegarella. Katrina Allison Perry. Logan John Bazzillo. Leah Chang Pinkney. Joseph Charles Recupero III. Alexandra Jane Richmond. Kaylin Louise Sawyer. Charlotte Catherine Shepper. Marisa Therese Schultz. Mickey Lynn Stacy. Benjamin Edward Tabor. Maya Christina Thomas. Lauren Ellen Walsh. For the degree Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Cordell Mitchell Boggs. Annalise Soderberg Brown. Elizabeth Ann Cooper. Julia Catherine Diros. Sam Smith Donnelly. Alyssa Nicole Floyd. Sarah Grace Francisco. Nicole Michelle Hinkle. Joshua Brian Keel. Brandy Eugenia Lauer. E. Lee. Andrew Robert Mahoney. Gordon William McCann. Shelby Susan Olander. Catherine Deanna Pavlos. Taylor Lee Randall. Jacob Samuel Rive. Derica Myers Schlater. Thomas Malcolm Segerstrom. Connor David Tom. William Donald Eucherman. Emily Elizabeth Marlene Waddell. For the degree Bachelor of Music Education, magna cum laude, Brittany Nicole Berry. Megan Parsons Riley. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Caitlin Teresa Connolly. Kelly Judith DiGeronimo. Michaela Shea Goldberg Edelson. Shannon Gross. Carly Marie Groh. Rachel Nardone Haskin. Eva Nicole Karkoff. Erica Lynn Nye. Caitlin Ashley Sharp. Jason David Spiegel. Abigail Lynn Tutel. Amy Elizabeth Violanti. Alyssa Ruth Warama. Anthony Louis Wagner V. For the degree Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, Eric William Brown. Benjamin Joseph Cruikshank. Samantha Jo Day. Omrit DeCall. Phoebe Doe. Sarah Ann Hansen. Julia Gwendolyn Harper. Jonathan Francis Leonard. Amanda Ray Lair. Colin Michael Messinger. Natalie Teresa Tanky. Jane Fan Wong. For the degree Bachelor of Music, summa cum laude, Heather Lynn McConnell. For the degree Bachelor of Music Education, summa cum laude, Alexander Conrad Schweitzer. I now have the pleasure of recognizing two very special members of the class of 2017. First, for the degree Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Christina Grace Chamberlain, salutatorian of the class of 2017. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Samuel Noah Edwards, valedictorian of the class of 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you now the Gettysburg class of 2017.
How's everybody feeling? Congratulations to all of you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Brian Pumphrey, a member of the class of 1998 and the Vice President for Administration and Awards of the Alumni Board of Directors.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak briefly to you on this important day in your lives. On behalf of more than 27,000 Gettysburg College Alumni Association members, I'd like to extend heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2017. I'd like to recognize and add a very special thank you for your achievement of 72% participation in your senior class gift, which has resulted in over $10,000 in support for your alma mater. Both of these numbers represent a huge success for your class. You've established for yourselves a wonderful new tradition of giving back. Thank you. Speaking of traditions, it has become the tradition that the Alumni Association presents each graduating senior with the stole of gratitude that you wear today. In fact, this is the 13th year for this tradition. While this is a gift to you, you in turn will honor the tradition by presenting the stole to someone, family, friend, or perhaps a faculty or staff member who played a significant role in helping you achieve your goal here at Gettysburg College. I hope that you'll take the opportunity following the ceremony to present that stole to someone who has made your Gettysburg experience special. Finally, and most importantly, as graduated alumni, the baton of responsibility for the future of this college begins to pass your way. Your alma mater has thrived for more than 185 years through the ongoing engagement and support of alumni, parents, and friends. I urge you to become the leaders of your generation in sustaining that tradition too. In closing, I'm honored to welcome you to our very special Alumni Association, whose members have already played a large part in your Gettysburg experience and are ready and waiting to help you as you take your next steps. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Brian. So graduates, the custom at commencement is for you to move your tassels from the right side to the left, signifying your new status as bachelor's degree holders. So members of the class of 2017, feel free to do that, and congratulations. It's now my great honor to deliver a charge to the class of 2017. I do know that many of you are ready for this event to conclude, so I promise I'll be brief. As I've talked with many of you during the spring semester, I've heard stories about how Gettysburg College has changed you, how it's helped you develop into a greater version of yourselves. But I want you to know that you too have changed Gettysburg. I have learned from you, as have our faculty and staff, and you have learned from one another. You've stepped forward to support those in need, and you've inspired members of our community to think differently, to do more, to have greater aspirations. And I thank you for that. So today, my charge to you is simple. Continue to act for the greater good. Take this education, this privilege you have, and use it to make a difference. As a nation, as a global society, we face some big challenges, and these challenges are in some cases compounded by gridlock and division. Class of 2017, I have faith that you are up to those challenges, that you will help us to understand our differences, that you will build bridges across those divisions, that you will think beyond yourselves, that you will create positive change in the world, and that you will inspire others to do the same. As you move into your future, let your actions be infused not only with the intellectual skills you have acquired, but also with humility, compassion, and integrity. In doing so, you will indeed do great work. Class of 2017, now Gettysburg graduates, I wish you all the very, very best. Congratulations.
Okay, a few announcements. Immediately after the commencement exercises, refreshments will be served in the Cub Ballroom and the Dining Center. There are signs placed to help you locate these two areas. Members of the platform party will be available to greet you there. Now, will Jeffrey White, member of the class of 2017, please come to the podium to lead in the singing of the Alma Mater, which is printed inside the back cover of your program. Jeffrey will be accompanied by the Commencement Brass Ensemble. The ensemble will be playing the Alma Mater as arranged by Keith Gramas, a member of the class of 2013. After the singing of the Alma Mater, the benediction will be pronounced. The audience is asked to rise and to remain standing until the recession is complete. Our newest graduates will follow the faculty down the center aisle and toward the reception locations. So, Jeffrey White.
As softly the evening shadows are veiling the campus tops, we come, a band of good fellows, to sing in the twilight hours. The silvery moonlight mantles the worn walls of chapel anew. The wind in the trees sweetly echoes our praises of orange and blue. Whenever thy loyal ones gather to waken fond memory, our thoughts shall be turned Alma Mater, old Gettysburg, back to thee. Forever am I thy debtor, and whatever else I may do, I'll love, I'll defend, and I'll honor the glorious orange and blue.
I will tell you, I've been listening to and singing the Alma Mater for a very long time, and I've never heard it done better. It's appropriate for us at this moment to recognize the services of the college chaplain, Joseph Dinella. In a moment, Joseph will be pronouncing our benediction. And in doing that, he's going to be making his final contribution to our college community. Joseph has served Gettysburg with distinction for close to 20 years as our chaplain. His words on formal and joyous occasions like this one, as well as in times of conflict and anxiety, have meant much for this community, for their wisdom and their eloquence. Would you join me now in expressing thanks to Chaplain Dinella?
Thank you. This morning, when I was singing that song in the shower, the chorus goes like this. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to follow Jeffrey. But it goes like this. These are the words. You are holy. You are wholeness. Sing Hosanna. May the cosmos praise you, Lord. Sing Hosanna in the highest. Sing Hosanna to our God. So now, 3 sentences. Why break tradition, huh? 3 sentences and amen after each. Can you do it? You don't sound like it. Can you do it? Are you ready? All right. May Almighty God bless you in all the things that you do and whatever life may bring you with good. May you know and sense God's presence in good times and in not so good times. May your heart and mind be filled with zeal and compassion and justice. Amen. May God strengthen you and bring your work to completion. May joy and hope forever be at your side all the days of your life. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2017. We are done.
Thanks again for the call. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Thank you. Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, great to see you.